Alright, so here are my thoughts on VIP, My Brother Superman, aka the Super Vips. This is an Italian movie. It's made by the same guy who did Weston Soda. His name is Bruno Bozzetto. I will be covering a few more of his movies later on. So, um, Alright, the plot is there's like this line of, this family line of superheroes called Vips. Um, you know, um, so, they're all these, every one of them is like super powerful and, they marry um, they marry these other superhero ladies, I guess, but then one of them doesn't marry a superhero. He marries like this average lady, and it causes them to give birth to two kids. One of them is the traditional, VIP, if you will, you know, your typical big, strong superhero, and the other is this little nerdy, rather weak little. Yeah, he's short. He's nerdy. He's pretty weak. Like, his only real superpower is that he can like hover in the air for a couple seconds and like light up like a firefly, basically. Um, so yeah, so because one brother is so much more, you know, um, let's just say he's a bit more role model ish than the other one. Because of that, the little one gets jealous, and you know, um, the big one decides to, you know, give the little one a vacation. Their names, by the way, are was just Super Vip and Mini Vip, or Mini V. I think Mini V is like his nickname. So yeah, Super Vip sends Mini V on a vacation. He goes on a cruise ship, and you know, soon the people find out that he's Vip, or he's yeah, and they tell him to like do a bunch of super stuff, and they want him to like show off his powers, and it kind of results in him throwing dynamite at them by accident, and then he just kind of jumps ship. Um, yeah, and then he winds up adrift with this lion, or it's actually this lady in a lion costume, and they reach this island, and there they get captured by these bad guys working for this evil lady named Happy Betty. Um, and Mini V manages to escape before they reach the hideout, and then Super Vip finds him, and Mini V wants to save the lady, and but Super Vip won't let him because he's like too weak and stuff, and Super Vip goes in alone, and he finds the lady. He falls in love with her. I think Mini V wanted her, but it's okay. Mini V ends up with this cute little glasses chick. Um, So, so yeah, it's, I guess I wouldn't say, like, the two females are, like, both kind of damsels in distress in a way. Um, but, by the way, this isn't the first time I tried to record a review. I tried to do the webcam thing again, but it like stopped on its own, and yeah, now I have to record all this again, and I do feel I did a much better job going through this movie and reviewing it in the other video. So I'm pretty frustrated, and yeah, just bear with me. So yeah, the glasses girl has like this missile in her head. It's like something. It's like some technology that the villain Happy Betty created, and it hypnotizes people and makes them kind of like you know they turn them into mindless consumers for her product. She's like a business lady. And yeah, the overall movie's kind of like or at least the plot line with the villains is kind of like satire of consumerism, basically. Um, uh, so yeah, from there on out, it's kind of your typical, fight the villains, save whoever, because by the end, Minnie V saves both of the female leads as well as his brother. So he kind of proves himself. The underdog proves himself basically. Um, and yeah, I guess there's not much else to say about the plot. So the characters. So Mini V is basically like this, he's kind of like a Woody Allen stand-in, and he's even voiced by this guy who dubbed the Italian dubs for the Woody Allen movies. So yeah, he's your typical nerd dweeb character. His brother Super Vip is he's mostly a pretty nice brother. He's like, despite his adequacies over his brother, he's mostly humble, although at times he does get a little bossy. He does tell Minnie V, you stay here or it's too dangerous. Let the real man handle it, basically. And, it does kind of seem like he steals the first girl away from him, when it kind of looked like at first that Minnie V was going to end up with her. So, yeah, the good-looking guy ends up with the good-looking girl, and the nerdy guy ends up with the nerdy girl. Whatever, I guess they're all happy. Yeah. And, it's, there might be some mild sexism in there somewhere, but, 60s movie, not everything holds up. The villain has these, henchmen that are like all these identical Asian stereotypes, and they're green for some reason. Usually they're yellow, but I guess they're green here. And, they're all kind of dumb and, pretty weak as well. They try to fight the heroes and stuff, and, yeah, they're kind of like comic relief characters. So, yeah, that's a bit of a no-no by today's standards. And, yeah, she also has, like, this German stereotype henchman who's got, like, this metal arm, and he's, like, super trigger-happy, and he's got, like, a Hitler mustache and everything. She's got kind of your typical big, tough, muscle henchman. Well, I guess if he was more typical, he'd be like bumbling idiot, and he's probably one of the less dumb henchmen. I mean, to be fair, she only has the German guy, him, and all the Asian stereotypes. But yeah, he's. But yeah, I guess the big guy is arguably her most competent henchman. He's her colonel, so I guess he's like the highest ranking. Yeah, and the villain herself, Happy Betty. She's like this lady in a like this what's like this high tech wheelchair thing. It's like I do like the overall design of her and the wheelchair and stuff. So yeah, overall the villains are pretty entertaining. And let's see, the love interests are kind of like your typical love interests. I mean, I guess they both have their quirky moments. So it's they're not the most boring love interests I've seen. But yeah, this was a very charming little movie, and yeah, if you're interested, definitely check it out. Well, yeah, I had to get this movie on DVD just like I did with Weston Soda. I figured it was probably going to be the same rules as before. Yeah, once again, I can only get it on DVD. There's only an option to turn on English subtitles. So, and yeah, it did kind of get hard to like concentrate on what was actually going on when I'm mostly concentrating on the subtitles. But yeah, no, when I actually was paying attention to what was actually happening, the visuals, there's plenty of amusing little visual gags, and kind of the same kind of humor we got from Weston Soda. Although I'd probably say this one's a little bit better. A little bit. And, I mean, one issue, yeah, probably the main issue I have with this movie, and this, I can't remember, but this might have been my issue with Weston Soda as well, is the pacing. It does get a little slow at times. But yeah, overall, I still quite enjoyed it, and yeah, if you're interested, definitely find some way to obtain it, even if you have to buy the DVD, whatever. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, definitely check it out if you get the chance, and yeah, I give this an 8 out of 10. So, as usual, if there's anything else I need to add, I'll put it in the comments, anything that I might have forgotten to talk about, and I guess I'll just leave it there. Mash it and smash it, signing off.